What's going on, folks? Devin Banks here, back in the bass basement. I have them, the brand new Berkley Lab Series. They just hit my doorstep. This is the bait that won the 2026 Bass Master Classic. The mad scientists at Berkley, they work their magic with these series of baits right here. We're going to talk about today. It's all coming up. Thanks for tuning in to today's episode, talking about the new Berkley Lab Series. Before we get into it, make sure you hit that subscribe button for all fishing content coming your way so you can catch fish this summer. So what did Berkley do? Berkley totally went back to the drawing board. They listened to the pros. They wanted to come up with a new formula for us to catch fish, especially when fish are inactive. Right now, fish are just getting pressured and pressured and pressured with so many different type of techniques, and especially with forward-facing sonar in the mix, fish have nowhere to hide. So the scientists over at Berkley came up with the Berkley Lab Series, and this Lab Series is all about color, action, scent, and taste. And what these baits entail is something that is very magical. We saw the 2026 Bass Master Classic 1 on this particular bait right here, the Minnow. So let's get right into it and talk about these baits and how it's going to help you be successful on the water. So this is the Minnow. It is a 5 1/4 inch and 6 come in the clamshell right here. This color is Highland Shad. And we're going to talk about this bait and the process of which it was created. So this is Highland Shad, and the process of this bait is fourfold. It's 4 components to this particular bait, and I believe all the baits as they go through this process of the Berkley Lab Series. So the bottom layer is power bait, and this is to go back, this is like a hand-poured bait. So those of you that love those hand-poured worms, those hand-poured baits, this is that feel, but it's going to be maximized with power bait and Berkley MaxScent and a new addition. We're going to talk about that. So you see there are multiple colors here. That's that hand-poured effect. So the bottom layer is going to be power bait. The second layer is going to be also Berkley power bait. And then the third layer on top is going to be Berkley Power Bait MaxScent. All right, smallmouth love that. And then on top of that, we have this dust, and that dust is the Berkley Power Bait MaxScent Rapid Release. Soon as this touches the water, that dust gets a slime to it, and it just creates this crazy scent trail. So you got power bait, you've got Berkley Power Bait MaxScent, and this Berkley Power Bait MaxScent Rapid Release, and these fish can't stand it. This is going to help us out with inactive fish that aren't really wanting to feed, but they're going to feed anyway, burst off this massive scent trail and the action of these baits. And that's what this Berkley Lab Series is all about. And this is the bait right here. This is the Minnow that won the Bass Master Classic. You're going to use this with forward-facing sonar if you have it. If not, you can fan cast it on a jig head minnow and work this at the desired depth that you believe the fish are at. But also with this crazy scent trail that it's going to create, I'm thinking about a drop shot. This 5 1/4 inch, if you're on bigger fish, the other size of this Minnow is the 6 1/2 inch. Comes in a variety of colors that are going to match the hatch for the forage or the lake that you're fishing. And smallmouth, largemouth, spotted bass, they're going to be definitely on this Minnow when they're feeding on the forage of bait fish. Now, there are 2 other baits that are in this series right now, and I want to talk about those as well, but they all have that formula of Berkley Power Bait, Berkley Power Bait on top of that with a different color for that hand-poured effect, that Berkley Power Bait MaxScent, and then that dust right there, if you will, which is that Rapid Release MaxScent that's going to create that slime, that lifelike taste and feel that those fish are going to bite and don't let go. So let's talk about those other baits. and put this minnow away for another day. Here we have right here the Berkley Finesse Worm. This is the 6-inch, and this is Violet Morning Dawn. 10 come in a pack. 10 come in a pack. The price for these baits are around $14, $15, but based off the technology and I believe the fishability of these baits, I think they're definitely going to be worth it. And once again, it has that Berkley Lab Series formula, which a lot of scent, and I believe these baits are going to create a lot of action. Now, this Finesse Worm, this is going to be a worm that I'm definitely going to be using on a shaky head and a drop shot. Let's check out this worm right here. We've got a lot of what you see with those hand poured worms, and you put this on a drop shot with 6 or 8 inch leader, and you're fishing this around wood, grass, any type of structure. Largemouth are definitely going to come and take a peek at this, and with that scent and with this action, this is going to be one of those go-tos that bass are definitely going to get tricked into biting right here. So once again, variety of colors. This right here is Violet Morning Dawn. This right here is going to be one of my favorites. Just off the bat, I love this color. I love this in clear water and stained water. And like I said, around any type of structure, wood, feathering it through grass, anywhere where you think largemouth are lurking, this is definitely going to be a killer on a drop shot or a shaky head, as well around riprap and areas of rock and wood and whatnot, wherever you throw a shaky head. So with that scent disbursement, once again, this is going to be the deal. Now, where is the rapid release dust? That is on the bottom of this bait. And that's where, when you pull this out the water, soon as this touches water, it reacts and it creates this slime, and that slime is what's going to create that that scent trail along with the MaxScent and the power bait, and that's what's really going to get those fish to bite. Something that they haven't seen before, something they haven't smelled before, and as you see here, multiple colors there with that power bait and that MaxScent and that rapid release dust MaxScent. That is the Finesse Worm Violet Morning Dawn. Rounding up the last bait in this series so far, we have the Flatworm. We already know that the Flatworm is a killer bait for smallmouth and on a drop shot, on a jig head, scooting along the bottom where it appears to look like a goby. But this right here with that formula, with the power bait, the MaxScent, and the rapid release MaxScent, this right here is going to be a game changer for these smallmouth. As you can see here, this is Wakasaki, and this is a 3.6 inch, and it's a 10 count. And to me, this right here resembles a perch. I like this color tone right here, Wakasagi, and it has those colors that's going to really appeal to smallmouth. And once again, on the bottom there is that dust, that rapid release dust right there, and there is, we got some purple on it. We've got some real good color tones right there that's going to get us bit on a drop shot. You know, right now that is going to be the ticket in these northern waters, Lake St. Clair, Lake Champlain, Lake Oneida, anywhere smallmouth are used on drop shot. This right here is going to be the ticket right there. So I think Berkley hit it home. Right now, these baits are flying off the shelf. They're already proven and tested by winning a classic. But this right here is going to be the new wave of Berkley and how they're going to, you know, really innovate and create their baits and really help us anglers on the water with just tough fisheries and how these fish are getting smarter and how these are going to help us down the road. I'm really interested to see what other shapes and sizes they come out with. The 4-inch flatworm, maybe a thicker finesse worm, and maybe even a creature bait. So it's be real interesting to see how this Berkley Lab series with the Rapid Release MaxScent is going to work in the future. What do you think is next for Berkley with this lab series? What baits and shapes do you think they're going to come up with next? What do you think about this Berkley Lab series? You think it's hype, or you think it's just another bait that's going to be out for a little bit and sell on the shelf? For what I'm seeing right now and what I'm gathering from guys that have been using it, this is the real deal. So if you can, check out the Berkley Lab series in the Minnow, the Finesse Worm, and the Flatworm. Variety of colors and shapes and sizes to meet your forage and the lake and the fish that you're fishing for. Spotted bass, smallmouth bass, largemouth bass. Let me know in the comments below what you think about the Berkley Lab series, and I'll see you on the next one.